60 Minutes, CNN, MSNBC, downplayed, criticized Durham probe of Russia investigation. Well, we knew this was going to happen. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I put out new content. Also, check out my Patreon. The link for that is in the description. I got my link tree, my Patreon, where I talk about things I can't talk about here on YouTube. Also, check out the link for the merch that's on my link tree. And I have Let's Go Brandon t-shirts. I will not comply t-shirts, all type of t-shirts. All right, let's talk about this news. The mainstream media is getting a wake-up call after new allegations in the Durham investigation that President Trump and his campaign were being spied on. And, you know, we've been saying this since the beginning. Been saying this for years. And mainstream media is just now catching up and barely even talking about it. But Special Counsel John Durham released a filing Saturday that the Hillary Clinton campaign hired techs to infiltrate Trump Tower and White House servers to establish a narrative to link Trump to Russia. The new findings contradict various doubtful media coverage from programs like CBS 60 Minutes. In an October 2020 interview, Trump appeared on the news magazine to address the ongoing investigation and his claim his campaign was spied on. He was shot down by host Leslie Stahl, and I remember that. She straight cut him off, who insisted the president was spreading unverified information. I remember that because I was like, that is so rude. I can't believe she just cut him off when he was saying that. I mean, just rude. But they handled Biden with kid gloves. We see that. Quote, there's no real evidence, she said. This is 60 Minutes. We can't put on things we can't verify. That's what she said. Meanwhile, former CNN dynamic duo Don Lemon and Chris Cuomo criticized John Durham and the Trump administration back in December 2019 for being adamant about uncovering the truth, yet coming up short. Quote, nothing happens and they just move on to the next conspiracy theory, Lemon said to Cuomo during a handover. Quote, it is never going to end, and guess what? People who want to believe that BS are going to believe it. This is the stuff they were saying. This is the stuff they were saying, and I was just shaking my head and calling them out on this bull crap because them themselves wouldn't go and actually read the unredacted papers and stuff like that. I think I knew more than Mueller did. But in an October 2021 episode of MSNBC's The Rachel Maddow Show, host Rachel Maddow suggests the intention behind efforts to probe the investigation was always to reroute the investigation away from Trump himself. Quote, it's a boomerang, she said, because it's apparently an ongoing concerted Republican and pro-Trump project to try to turn the investigation of the Russia scandal into some kind of scandal itself. This is what they were saying. But since Durham's bombshell report dropped, media pundits on the left have gone largely quiet. Of course, because you know they don't want to be proven wrong. They hate being wrong. Whereas people like myself, real journalists, real citizen journalists, admit when they made a mistake and they correct those mistakes. But mainstream media never do that. But publications like the Washington Post and the New York Times have failed to commission any coverage of the latest allegations as of Monday, nor has CNN. Twitter users like author and cartoonist Scott Adams translated the media blackout as if networks like CNN were actively trying to avoid the biggest story as of current. I think it's one of the biggest stories ever to happen to anyone in United States history. I mean, how deep this thing goes with the spying, with the tapping of the White House, like it's just crazy. But Scott Adams said he tweeted out, "True or false? CNN is literally having meetings this morning to strategize how not to cover the biggest story today." And I'm sure they had that meeting. But let me know what you think about all this. What do you think? Do you think any more people is gonna go to jail behind this or get brought up on charges behind any of this? Because this is pretty big. They actually spied on the White House, basically. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out democrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.